You atheists deny God because of the supernatural aspect of him and his divine hiddenness. If I give you evidence or proof, you'll deny it or dismiss it because there's always the possibility it could be something else that we, at least for now, cannot explain. Even if God showed up, you'd either think you were having a hallucination, or it still does not prove that Yahweh is the only God in existence. Therefore, what's the point of even engaging with you? But most importantly, why do you insist on trying to disprove our beliefs if what works for us does not work for you? I keep insisting because first I'm obligated to, and second because once you see his actions, you can't unsee them. Nothing is random, nothing is an accident. There is no such thing as meaninglessness for people or events. You want examples, but once again you'll simply deny them or dismiss them as something else. So, what's the point? It frustrates you that God makes miracles happen in a natural and logical way, giving you the excuse to deny him. For example, if a tile drops straight on the head of a criminal who is milliseconds away of pulling the trigger, you will call it luck or chance. You won't accept the fact that God used a construction worker who did a bad job years ago, which he allowed for it to happen, so he could use the worker's evil for a future good. You will focus on all the times that people weren't saved without considering the option that it was simply their time to perish. As long as you can find an excuse to deny God, you will. So, let me ask you this question. If you can disprove or deny that cigarette smoking leads to lung cancer, does it make it so people will no longer get lung cancer? Denying reality is not going to change reality. Nevertheless, I've given you no evidence. For that reason, you can just dismiss what I'm saying. Which is your right. Unfortunately, there's no evidence that will shut you up. All that you can see is the universe, not the origin of it. And for you to say with so much certainty that there is no God, it's so arrogantly foolish. It's scary and pitiful. Okay, I'll grant you that some of you never said that God did not exist. It's just that there is no evidence. There actually is. You just don't accept it. But have you ever considered that maybe he's just not that into you? Why does the evidence work for us but not for you? I can see you being close-minded, even though you think you're not. However, for you to have the audacity of thinking that somehow your brain works better than all the Christians in the world, it's hilarious. You're the only ones who can see the truth, is it? We at least have the humility of knowing that Jesus' truth was revealed to us through the Father, who sent his Holy Spirit. If God did give you all the evidence he has given us, him being a perfect being creating people with perfect free will, who's to blame here? Were you having a hallucination? Or it could have been some other entity or explanation for the miracle that happened in your life? Do you know what faith is? It's trust. The lot of you like to insult our intellect by saying that Christians need to have blind faith. Some of us might, but at least for me, I trust the persons who did something for me previously. How can I have blind faith if I trust their character? How can I have blind faith when, time and time again, difficult passages in the Bible have been answered years later, making me feel like a fool for ever doubting his goodness? And then the biggest mistake that you make is that you fall on the excuse that Christians are only Christians because of the mental and social benefits. As you cultural Christians well observed, it's an ideology that works. I don't really know how to say this in a way that makes sense, but simply because my partner is good-looking doesn't make it the reason why I got married. Simply because there's a being who claims to grant us an afterlife and justice for what we went through isn't the reason why we trust him. We trust him because he is the truth. He leads us to the truth, and life is so much better following his ways. And it also helps that none of you knows what you're talking about when it comes to life, existence itself. You're the alternative, and you offer absolutely nothing, because you have nothing to offer. We have the truth because he revealed himself to us. All you have is a bunch of theories and hypotheses that are constantly changing.